Join yourself. It's been a while, but I'm here. You see, my gist today is on the long apologies and my big bag. Long apologies and my big bag. Sometime last week, I told a friend that I would like to have some birds to put in my chicken house. So he asked how many. I said maybe about 50 birds would be okay. Just about 50 birds. I said okay, good and fine. We gisted about it and left. The next day, I saw his call. He informed me that somebody called him. Somebody from their church called him and told him that he had some birds to sell. And it was urgent that he would like to sell of the birds. I said, oh, good and fine. So we made arrangements. I told him, okay, fine. He could give my contact to the person, let the person call me. Yes, the person called, I think, yes, that same day, and we talked about it. We discussed on the price, and the person accepted. Oh, great. The next day, the carpenter was trying to fix something for me in the kitchen house. So I told the person to please give me some time that I will soon be through. He accepted. The next day, Saturday, I spoke with the person, and he was hearing the sound at the background. The carpenter was working. We agreed that as soon as the carpenter was done that day, then I'll go pick the birds. We were cool with that. Then the next day was Sunday. I went to church after service. I remember to call the guy at least to let him know that we're close to coming for it. I called the guy. He said, oh, child, that another person has picked the birds. What? I said, but we just finished talking about it yesterday. I said, okay, don't worry, thank you. I ended the call because most times, if I'm talking with somebody and the person offends me, or in fact, I have my method of dealing with offenses from people because I'm concerned about my relationship with people. If there is need for me to end relationship, I end that relationship, and that relationship has ended. But if I'm still keeping the relationship open, I have my polite way of staying off any form of provocation from that person. So most times I shut out a conversation, communication, discussion, or any contact with the person till I'm able to manage the shock or the disappointment the person has given me. So I ended the call. I told him, okay, thank you. I ended the call. I didn't want to continue talking because he actually offended me. Because we just finished talking about the birds just in the evening of Saturday. Then Sunday morning after service, I called to remind him that I was coming, only for him to tell me that somebody had just picked the birds. I felt bad, but so that I won't so that our relationship will not get sour. So I ended the call. That is me for you. I ended the call. So the next day I saw his call. He was calling repeatedly. I didn't want to pick the call because my mood was bad, and I don't talk on phone when my mood is bad, except I must. And there are things I would like to deal with, and deal with them just like that. So then Tuesday, when they call, his call kept on coming because I contacted that my friend. I said, look at what happened. I also told the wife, I said, look at what you people's friend did, that I couldn't get the birds again. In case any other person will have birds to sell, let me know. They were okay with that. They felt bad anyway, but we ended it there, hoping to get another person. Then Tuesday morning, I had to return the call. I say, bros, what's up? I ended the call with you because I wouldn't want us to keep talking so that I wouldn't offend you by my words or get offended by you the more. That was why I ended the call. And I've not been picking your call because I wouldn't want, to be offended the more. You disappointed me. We spoke Saturday. Then Sunday, you hurriedly sold the birds. For what? So he said, anyway, that he had an alternative arrangement he was making for me. When would I like to come over so that he will show me the other one. I was like, okay, fine, alternative arrangement, okay, as good as the one you told me you had. He said, yes, good. I said, okay, fine. What if, okay, let me send my friend or my friend's wife, so that she will come and get the beds from me. He said, no, I would like to see you. He said, you would like to see me? I said, yes. I said, okay, fine, no wahala, I'll try and come. So that day, we agreed to meet the next day. So I contacted my friend's wife and said, abeg, your guy's friend said he had alternative arrangement, let's go together. We agreed to go. It's just that by the time I was free from the office, that my friend was out for school run, so she couldn't go with me. I told her, okay, not to bother. So I called my husband from the office. He said he will, okay, come over. Because where the guy was asking me to come over, that side is not the area I'm conversant with. I've not been going there. I think I've been there once without my friend's wife. So going there, was a little bit strange. But the guy kept on assuring me that it was a good, no problem. Me, I know they take that kind of chances. So I had to take that kind of chances. So I arranged to go with my friend's wife because she's conversant with that area. Incidentally, at the time we were to go, she was not available. So I called my husband and I said, I beg, there is a place we are going. The person said he has alternative arrangement for my beds and that he would like to see me. I said, that I beg, come. So he left the office. We agreed to meet at a particular point. So from there, we moved. We got to the place. The guy said he will come and he will come out. I should come, then he will come out. He didn't know I was coming with my husband anyway. So when we got to that place, I called him. He came out. Somebody passed but I felt he was the one. My husband also felt he was the one, but we were cool till he got to a place at a particular junction. We called again. I saw he was one picking call. We started directing, and that was how we connected. He came and passed, and we followed him. So he said he was taking me to a particular place to show me. As we were walking, I said being uncomfortable, so I quickly introduced my husband to him. I said, meet my husband, Reverend Caleb. He said, oh, man of God. Man of God. I said, yes. So we continued walking. My husband and I said, okay, this is one of our branches somewhere here. He said, that means you are conversant with this area. I said, yes, I've come here to minister. I've been here times to minister. I said, oh, great. He said, oh, great and fine. He now took us to one place. He said it was a market. I didn't really see much people there. I saw scanty place, scanty tables and things like that. He brought out one bench, wooden bench, and said we should sit. Sat down. He opened a shop. And when he unlocked the place, I was expecting birds to troop out, like even fly. Maybe he locked all the birds inside that shop. I didn't see even lizard. Nothing came out. I saw only buckets. I saw table, generator, slippers and things like that. I was still sitting, waiting. My husband was there, sitting with me. So the guy stayed inside for some time and came out and said, pointed at one bird somewhere, one chicken running up, and I said, that's the size of the bird I wanted to give you. I said, okay. I said, actually, that he had that was a problem, so he needed to sell off his birds. That was why he called. I said, oh, good and fine. So that he was sorry that it was just about an hour before that my call on Sunday that somebody else came and picked the birds. I said, wow, just an hour. I said, anyway, actually, I felt bad. I felt offended because we just finished talking about the birds and, selling it off. I didn't like it, but good and fine, since you said you have an alternative for me. So you kept on explaining, kept on apologizing, kept on repeating the story, kept on repeating what happened, how he needed to sell it. I was waiting for him to land. When he wasn't landing, I said, okay, so where are the beds? Where are the alternative beds you have for me? He said, no, not that he has anyone, that he just wanted to see me so he could apologize to me. I said, you mean you invited me? Hey, precious Caleb now, Wambo. I said, oh, you invited me so that you say yes, that is not a phone thing. That was why he just needed to see me to explain to me the condition, why he needed to sell the beds, and that even the person that bought the bed, he had been trying to see if he could retrieve the bed from the person, because the person was complaining that some beds had died, and this and that and there. I said, why didn't you tell me this on phone? Because we came from quite a distance, and we made arrangement for a bus that will carry all the beds. I said, so you mean where are the alternatives? He said, no, not that. Now I thought, look my husband look the man, look him phone, sit down there, they press him phone. I said, Daddy. He said, Now I say, bro, say, you mean say birds no day, like no chicken here? He say, and you invited me to come, that you just needed to see me. Oh, my husband said, anyway, it's been nice doing business with you, The Lord bless you. No problem. We got up and left. We got outside. My husband said, which kind network issue is this one? So the stress, the paparazzi, they run up and down to arrange for bus that will carry the beds, the alternative arrangement to get this and this and that. So we actually came with big bag of expectation, only to have apologies inside that our bag. Hey! And the guy couldn't even follow us out. I don't know. Only God knows what he had in mind. I don't know. As I'm talking to you right now, I can't tell exactly what he had in mind. You had an alternative arrangement to see me and apologize to me. Husband say, I beg, may we just go. I didn't even talk to the guy. I was just reasoning this thing in my mind. When my husband and were like this, I said, which kind of wala be this? Arrangement we made, alternative arrangements, getting this and that. More like we went with expectations to have, what we lost, only to go there and have so many lessons. So I don't know if you have learned anything from that my gist, but I think there are so many lessons one can learn from that my gist. Number one is this: don't assume that everybody talking with you is okay. It's not. I hope I'm making sense here now. That it is odd for you to assume that everybody you're communicating with, everybody talking with you, talking to you, you're talking to, is on a very normal page, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, even spiritually. Because sometimes the people you're talking to, the people you're talking with, that you're talking to is on the same page. Because sometimes what they are saying with their mouth is not actually what they say. And sometimes when you're talking to them, you think they are hearing you. They are not hearing you. They are hearing a different thing. So just have it at the back of your mind. Anytime you're relating with anybody, when you're talking with somebody, that the person may not be understanding what you're saying, or the person may not be hearing you well, or that the person that is... Number two, it is very, very important for your spouse, for aware of your transactions, of your relationship with people, of your dealings with people. You notice that, like I was mentioning, my friend told me about somebody that has beds to sell. And as I was making arrangements to meet the person, I was talking with my friend arrangement. I was making arrangement to go and pick the beds without my friend's wife. Are you getting it now? And as I was going, I made sure that my husband knew every of my movements, knew what I was discussing with the person, had the person